So good morning, everyone. I'm Debbie Hart, the President and CEO of BioNJ, a job that I love. I hope you, your colleagues, and your families are staying safe and well in what's been a challenging time. I'd like to thank you for joining us for BioNJ's Benefits of Membership webinar. And whether you're a current member or a future member, over the next half an hour or so, we're going to present the value-driven opportunities available to your organization and to you through BioNJ membership. As a member, since we are a trade association where the organization, your company, your organization is the member, everyone within your organization can take advantage of all the benefits that we'll be outlining today. At the end of the program, I'll open the floor for questions, followed by the opportunity for networking. We invite you to type your questions into the chat box at any point along the way, and we will get to as many of them as possible at the end. So before we get started, we ask that you please keep yourself on mute. We also ask that you please put your webcam on and include your name and organization so we can all see each other and let the networking begin when it's time. So there will be a recording of this webinar on the BioNJ website, bionj.org, beginning tomorrow, and we invite you to access it there. So now let's get the program started. So as our mission and vision state at BioNJ, we are fully committed to supporting New Jersey's R&D companies, institutions, service organizations to ensure a robust life sciences ecosystem where innovation is unencumbered and patients then can access that innovation. Our pledge is to make a difference for our members, for New Jersey, and for patients around the world because, as our tagline states, because patients can't wait. Next slide, please. Established in 1994, BioNJ operates based on 4 pillars: public policy and advocacy, networking and education, cost savings with a wide range of offerings there, and talent services. So we'll take a deeper dive into each of those pillars shortly. Next slide, please. So the talented and awesome BioNJ team is dedicated to working hard on behalf of our members. And we are all just a phone call or an email away. Each and every one of our team members is committed to service. And you will find that as you deal with each and every one of them. And our board of trustees and advisors represent the full life sciences ecosystem from innovation in academia to service providers and state economic development organizations. Next slide, please. Similarly, our membership represents a robust cross-section of the life sciences infrastructure. The size of our member companies runs the gamut from one-person organizations to thousands and thousands of employees. Next slide, please. So as we always say, an investment in BioNJ membership is an investment in your company's future, in medical innovation, in yourself, and ultimately in patients. So drug development, as our next speaker has recently said, is really hard, and BioNJ can help make it easier through the things that we do, including advocacy, education, connections, promotion, savings, recruitment, and more. Next slide, please. And so now to tell us, I just hinted at our next speaker and his philosophy about BioNJ, but next to tell us how his organization and his team have benefited from BioNJ membership, I would like to welcome BioNJ board member who also serves as our chair of BioNJ's board level membership committee, the president and CEO of Oyster Point Pharma, Dr. Jeffrey Now. Jeff, thank you so much for being with us, and the floor is yours.
Great. Thanks, Debbie. And thanks, everybody, for joining us this morning. I find it a little bit ironic that I stand here at this same desk where I started Oyster Point and was employee number 1. And now I'm back again, stuck in front of this desk with a pretty robust company. But I wanted to share a little bit about the Oyster Point experience with Bio New Jersey. And I think that it's not necessarily unique in that many of us have companies that grow and flourish inside this New Jersey ecosystem over time. And really, I think what's important is to understand that Bio New Jersey really acts as this glue that sort of keeps this ecosystem together. I think that more than ever, as we've seen throughout this pandemic, it's really important for companies in the New Jersey region to come together for a whole host of reasons. And so we'll talk about some of the benefits of membership. But I think more than ever, with the way that we're all a little bit disconnected these days, it's even more important, and I'll elaborate on some of these points. So as many of you are in various different sized companies, and some of us have worked in small companies, large companies throughout the course of our careers, you know that as a small company, we don't necessarily have a government affairs arm to our organization. And so, BioNJ Jersey can certainly act as that conduit in bringing information, very helpful, not only in understanding the government voice around New Jersey, but also throughout the nation with Washington, D.C. Also, when we talk about our companies growing over time, and we talk about business development, and that could be not only in finding vendors. And so, it's really important, I think, for those of us that are on the phone that are a part of that vendor community to be a part of this ecosystem as well, because many young companies start up and really just say, where do I go? And I think BioNJ Jersey acts as a platform and really sort of a meeting place to do that development. Many of us have done deals or talked about ways to collaborate, and I think we've done so through meeting because of BioNJ Jersey, and really, sponsoring various meetings throughout the year not only allows us to talk about our brand with regards to putting our company name and logos up there, but just getting our people out there. And so at Oyster Point, we have a lot of involvement in various BioNJ Jersey functions throughout the year. People sitting on, from my team, sitting on boards or speakers at the various meetings. And I think that also amplifies your brand and gets your employee base involved in something. And I can tell you that many of my employees are incredibly grateful to be able to be involved in many of these functions. And then the purchasing consortium, as a small company, I think that we've looked into various different benefits that BioNJ Jersey's brought to the table. But we are a small organization that is growing. When we were in our early days, being able to leverage that purchasing power for things like building our lab and all of our supplies was really incredible for us. And I think as you're being cost conscious, it's something that if you're not a part of this ecosystem here, you're just not going to find out about it. And so it's important, I think, to be a part of the team. And then the BioNJ Jersey events. So we're all in this crazy pandemic right now. A lot of things are virtual. We're on the cusp of heading back together. I think it's really important that as we go back into what we call our new normal, that we as companies in this BioNJ Jersey ecosystem get back together and really partner and strengthen this ecosystem. And I can't stress it enough that I really think BioNJ Jersey sort of acts as that glue that brings us all together, and that the meeting place for all of the biotech companies inside of New Jersey. And I'm really excited about some of the new initiatives. Maybe a little bit of pause happened as we went into the pandemic, but really excited about the initiatives that BioNJ Jersey is pushing, bringing academia, bringing industry, bringing all the vendors across the New Jersey ecosystem together. And I really, not to downplay the importance and the integrity of BioNJ Jersey, but it really is the club that we all need to be a part of and make sure that we're supporting. So I really recommend that everybody on the phone becomes a member, but also just understands all the benefits that can be brought to your company. And so when we started this company, whether we were one employee or now we're over 90 employees, we're benefiting every day from the ability to be a part of this great organization. So please, I'll leave my information with the team. If anybody ever has questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me, but we would welcome new members and really excited to have all of you here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeff. We really appreciate that. Just for the record, we did not write Jeff's script. Jeff, so first of all, congratulations on your success. I mean, that's been a relatively short order in which you have built the company. And so congratulations. And I have to say that Jeff really is a model member. We find that those who, the companies that get the most from BioNJ are those that, dive right in and get engaged. So if you are a member or if you choose to join as a result of this or any conversation, I do hope that you will engage at that level. So again, thank you, Jeff. We're so glad you were able to share your experience. So let's see, we are going to take a little bit of a deeper dive. Jeff touched on our 4 pillars a bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about what happens under each of them. So, we are advocating in both Trenton and Washington under our policy pillar to ensure that government fosters medical innovation and patient access by engaging directly with government at the state and the federal level, meetings with state and federal agencies. Sometimes we bring our members and our patient advocacy groups who are also members of BioNJ along with us. On a regular basis, we are writing sign-on letters, submitting comments, testifying, working along with BIO, the national organization, to submit letters, position papers, et cetera, informing our members through alerts, making sure government, again, bottom line, helps, not hurts innovation and patient access. So we are regularly meeting with legislators and staffers to educate them on the issues representing your interests and to help them and you make connections. Leading sign-on letters, as I mentioned, to advocate for important issues related to Medicare, drug pricing, other critical topics. In fact, right now, as you can imagine, we're working, very hard on HR 3 and other similar types of proposals. We have a study that was conducted by Bio and Pharma that translates state by state into the job losses that would happen. As you can imagine, it would be very significant in New Jersey. And so we're making that case. On a regular basis, again, we're engaging with patient advocates. We work with them on Rare Disease Day and other activities. We're also using our voice to tout the industry's impact on medical innovation in our Value of Medical Innovation campaign that many of you I have signed on to. We invite all of you to participate to keep up to date on what's happening on that front in terms of value frameworks and how they are being proposed to be incorporated in different states across the country, as well as at the federal level. Organizations like ICER are an existential threat to the industry. So BioNJ acts as a conduit for idea sharing, learning, collaboration. It's the meetings and that kind of interaction that Jeff talked about, and mentorship as well through many of our networking and educational programs. Members tell us, non-members tell us that the reason they made the decision to become a member is the number one reason is for networking. They want to meet people like you. And with approximately 30 programs per year, there's lots of opportunity for networking. We really didn't miss a beat last year when it came to our programming. When COVID hit, we quickly pivoted to a fully virtual lineup of programs. We had 36 programs to be exact last year of all shapes and sizes. Hopefully many of you participated. As Jeff and his team have done, by joining a committee, you help us develop the initiatives around important topics. You tell us, what we should be talking about, thinking about, what's keeping you up at night, and then who should speak on those topics. And, I'm proud to say we are known at BioNJ for our programming. And the reason for that is because we listen to our members, all of you on the respective committees, telling us again what we should be thinking about and who should be speaking about it. And then also, as Jeff mentioned, there's the opportunity to sponsor each and every one of our meetings, positioning you as a thought leader, as someone who's supporting the industry, getting your message out there. Just a quick plug for a couple of upcoming events that we have. Again, you'll see our events really run the gamut. It's so diverse. We have a finance briefing on May 5th, including the SEC recent rule changes, the Economic Recovery Act of New Jersey, that's developing, and they're beginning to roll out so many of those new programs, as well as some of the changes to the existing programs, all which will benefit the life sciences industry in New Jersey. And then also the U.S. American Rescue Plan Act will be featured in that May 5th event as well. Also, we're very excited, and much of the team is really immersed in the BioNJ Biopartnering Conference in partnership with JP Morgan and J&J, Johnson & Johnson Innovation. So last year, we brought together more than 500 life sciences professionals from literally around the world for 2 days of biopartnering and much more. And we're looking at a similar event for May 18th and 19th. We hope you'll join us. We also have our clinical development briefing, where the clinical development committee has really ramped up our work in that area. And we will be exploring the pain points of drug development and clinical trials and trying to find solutions on how it can become easier. And we have Ken Getz of Tufts who will be joining us to talk about that important topic. BioNJ members enjoy BioNJ member pricing for events through the year and saving significant dollars along the way. So on the marketing front, so we can help you tell your story. BioNJ provides an extended marketing arm, offering a platform to showcase your science, your services, and your organization to a broad network. We can feature your company news, events, white papers, and organizational milestones in our bi-weekly e-letter, the BioLines Weekender, which goes to approximately 15,000 life sciences professionals in the region and beyond, as well as on BioNJ's social media platforms, including Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Depending on the kind of a member and the level of membership, you're able to position your story in different venues. So we invite you to take a look at that. Also, again, as a program sponsor, you're able to spotlight your organization before, during, and after BioNJ events. So on the talent front, our mission is to help our members help patients. And since talented professionals are essential to our members' work, BioNJ is dedicated to helping companies find the talent you need to ensure that our life sciences ecosystem and your companies have the required expertise to drive medical innovation forward. And I can tell you that, it's the number one reason we work very closely with Choose New Jersey and the EDA on enticing companies to come here, and they are coming on a regular basis. In fact, while it's not, we're not able to say what company, but a large pharma company that left the state a few years back is coming back because they weren't able to find the talent that they needed and that they had been able to find in New Jersey. So we could not be more thrilled with that. So our focus at BioNJ is to connect talent with companies and companies with talent. So our career portal, located at bionjtalentnetwork.org, was specifically designed for the life sciences industry in the New Jersey region. Both HR hiring professionals from companies as well as recruiters from search firms have found our portal to be a very useful tool in finding quality talent. The resume database typically features over 5,000 resumes, and it's growing, and job seekers are invited to use the site at no cost. Organizations such as Merck, Amicus Therapeutics, Psychogenics, PTC Therapeutics, and Rutgers have used BioNJ's portal to find their next superstars. And now to tell us about BioNJ's purchasing consortium, as well as the different categories of membership, I'd like to welcome my colleague, the Director of Member Engagement for BioNJ, Kim Minton. Kim, handing over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Debbie. As a BioNJ member, your entire organization has access to cost savings from a wide variety of leading suppliers through a purchasing consortium that Debbie mentioned earlier. In conjunction with BioNJ is part of the largest cost savings program for the life sciences industry, with the purchasing power of over 2,800 biopharma companies. So whether you're a large or a small company and you're looking for laboratory services and supplies, It could be shipping, cold storage, research publications, or news distribution. The BioNJ Purchasing Consortium is a one-stop shop for your company's needs. It really allows you to increase your working capital by enjoying exclusive deep savings and discounts on premier services from leading providers. Our team at BioNJ, we work really, really closely with all of our partners to find the deepest savings available for your company. Even if you already have an account with Office Depot or UPS, which almost all of us have, it's still really worth taking a look, comparing the pricing, and we are happy to connect you with whomever we need to make sure that they do a side-by-side comparison. You never know, or you could save a few bucks. We work particularly closely with Fisher Scientific. They have an amazing sales team that works so closely with us. And what would happen is an initial call would be made. We can certainly do those introductions. And a Fisher Scientific representative will assess your current purchases on all of your lab products and services. And then you might discuss how your costs could be lowered by consolidating your vendors, by standardizing your products, or even how to improve your productivity. They have an e-procurement tool that has been exceptional, especially for smaller companies that just don't have the bandwidth to be able to do all of that. So what happens is the purchasing consortium can offer, with Fisher particularly, a guaranteed initial credit line. So if you're an emerging company, this is something you might want to look into. There's also discounted rates on equipment and instrument leases and service agreements. So there's ongoing savings. In 2020, our members collectively saved $10 million on Fisher Scientific services and products. So if you haven't looked into it yet, be it Fisher, UPS, whatever it might be, Nikon, you're going to see here, there's many, many different opportunities. So all you need to do is just reach out to our office, give the office a call, you can email me directly, and at any time, I will be happy to do an email intro and help you to get in front of the right person. So if you're a member, let me know right away. And if you're not, we're going to talk about how we can do that for you. So your annual membership investment, it's not on a calendar year, it's based on a 12-month annual membership. So there are 3 main membership categories, as you can see here. So we base it on the number of employees at your organization. We very much support emerging companies. So we start very small with your very small company and offer a $350 membership for 10 or less employees if you are an innovation member. What that means is any corporation, partnership, association, or other entity that is truly research and development. We want to make sure that you are principally involving into technology, biotechnology, pharmaceutical research and development. Could be manufacturing, diagnostics, drug discovery, and technology transfer. All of those are eligible as innovation members. All of these members, from one person all the way to the thousands, you would be considered a member with a voting right at BioNJ. Our associate member companies are our service providers. This is a company where you will have the opportunity to offer a product or a service to a life science company. So we've got many law firms and accounting firms, CROs. There are such great advantages. And one of the things that we do is not only are all members listed alphabetically on our membership directory, but also service providers or associate members are also listed with it by category in the service directory. So you'll have 2 different standings on that. And it's another great way to introduce one another, and we're always happy to do that. And then finally, we have institutional members. This would be a nonprofit institution. It's not generally an organization that it can be R&D, but if you are a true nonprofit, a college, university, this is where you would have that option for an institutional membership. And you have a $1,750 membership. It's across the board, no matter how many employees that you have. So joining is easy. We work very closely with you. If you had any questions, Debbie and I work with you to make sure we find the best accommodation for you with your number of employees. We look at a lot of different opportunities for you, whether you're in New Jersey, whether you're doing business only in New Jersey. But as Debbie has mentioned over and over, membership is company-wide. So we encourage your employees from various departments to be involved in all that we do. Jeff, who spoke earlier, has done an excellent job at Oyster Point, making sure that people from his purchasing department are involved, his other staff are involved in committees. And it's a great way to get your name out there, brand with us, and become engaged.
And Jeff, I am going to ask you, give your insights as a closing thought.
Well, great. Thanks, Debbie. And thanks for everybody for sticking in with us for the hour. I'll echo what Debbie said earlier in the conversation, which certainly is not my quote, but what we do day in and day out is challenging and hard in the drug development world. And I think it's just something that sort of behooves us to band together. I think we've seen so much collaboration during this pandemic across the industry in being able to deliver some amazing treatments and therapies and vaccines to all of the patients throughout the world. I think, we need to continue that collaboration as we exit the pandemic. And there's just so much that can come from networking. And I think that it's really important to take advantage of all the things that BioNJ brings to the table. And so, whether it be savings on, lab equipment, whether it be talking to someone about something you're running into in running your company, whether it be finding people, whether it be HR related issues, whether it be science. I mean, many of these things that are really amazing that occur throughout our industry come about through collaboration and scientific exchange and ideas. And so I think with all of us being inside of this ecosystem in New Jersey, I think we're really ingrained in the New Jersey biosphere in the sense that we do our manufacturing here. We have our base of operations here. And so we're really, engaged in wanting to make New Jersey a great place to do some of this innovative work. And I think as we move forward, the other thing that we need to do as an industry is really embrace the great universities that we have here. If we look at many of the areas around the world and some of the areas within the US, whether it be the Bay Area, whether it be what's happened over the last decade up in the Cambridge, Boston area. I mean, we have these fantastic universities here with Rutgers and Princeton in New Jersey. And so we need to leverage that talent, and we need to get, the next generation of scientists and entrepreneurs really excited about, going to school here, being a part of this biotechnology ecosystem. And I think BioNJ is really going to be that main meeting place for all of these various constituents. So I really thank everybody for joining today. And I can't say enough about joining the organization and really supporting BioNJ. And again, reach out to anyone at the BioNJ offices. And if you want to speak with me personally about anything around membership or how we engage, I'm certainly happy to take a phone call from anybody and have outreach.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Really appreciate that, your kind words and your commitment. And we wish you well in your continuing trek to an FDA approval. We're rooting for you. And actually, on that note, I would say, thank you so much to all of you. At the end of the day, you are all, working for patients, and what you do is so critically important. And never before has that been proven in the way that it was proven over the past year. And never before, maybe always, but, never before has the industry risen to the challenge in a way that the valuable work of the industry was showcased in just an amazing way. And the industry did not disappoint. So thank you to all of you, whether you are an insurance broker or an attorney or an accountant, or you're on the front line fighting COVID, or at the research bench, your role is critically important to innovation and to patients. And we thank you very much. So please, thank you for joining us today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and also speak kindly of New Jersey. And we hope you'll join BioNJ. So thank you again.